collector's issue is a selection of the most celebrated content down the years. And Dr. Shashi Tharoor, author and Member of Parliament, has very kindly agreed to launch this issue. Dr. Tharoor.
There we go.
Thank you so much. I'd like you to tell us a little bit about your connection with Reader's Digest and your memory.
It's a rather intimate connection actually, because Reader's Digest was established in India, founded by my uncle. So my father's eldest brother, Tharoor Parameshwar, who hadn't, unlike the rest of his brothers, reversed his name, so he used Tharoor as his first name and not as his surname. Was the first managing director, first publisher, first editor of the Reader's Digest India in the mid-1950s. But not because of that did we grow up with copies of it. My father and his brother were very ethical, so we got no free subscription. My dad was a subscriber, but as a result I grew up with a house full of Reader's Digests, as well as, of course, new issues arriving every month. And because I was a voracious reader, the thing is that I was an asthmatic child, and so very frequently, given that there was no TV, no computers, no Nintendo, no smartphones, all I had were books, and I ran out of books very quickly. The magazines were the source of education, instruction, diversion, entertainment. So I would read back issues, going right back to the mid-50s of Reader's Digest. What do I remember? In particular, the little anecdotes and jokes. Laughter is the best medicine, and humor in uniform sent in by military people. I have to confess, some of those jokes still remain in my head, having read them more than 50 years ago. And at the same time, the condensed books, because though I did read widely and indiscriminately, it struck me that if I could read a book in half the time because it was half the length, I might actually get more books read. And so I did read a lot of digest condensed books, though I must admit that after a while it became a little less satisfying because I did want to digest the whole thing, especially of a book I actually enjoyed. The digest stayed with me. I was quite popular in school for telling jokes from the digest, repeating these humorous things, and though I didn't particularly spend a lot of time on your word power section, the vocabulary thing, the fact is that even through jokes you could improve your vocabulary, because of course the whole purpose of reading is to educate yourself, directly or indirectly, just by coming across these words. Years later, because again, my father was doing rather well in the profession of advertising, and he had been invited many times to join the digest, but he said, I can't do it as long as my brother's working there. But when my uncle retired from the digest, my father joined the digest and was the advertisement director of the Reader's Digest for 5 years, from I think it was 80 to 85. So I have a real family connection. As a result, of course, I've known the first the period when Indian editorial content first came in, because in the days when my uncle was editing it, he was just really editing stuff that was already published in the American edition. But by the late 70s, I think it was, Rahul Singh came in as the first editor, Khushwant Singh's son, and under him there was just 1 or 2 Indian articles coming into the magazine. And I met him and his successor, but thereafter I must admit I lost touch a bit and moved away. It's great to see the kind of material you're resurrecting here. Fascinating. I think it's very difficult to say what these people have in common. Other than that, they're all featured in the Reader's Digest.
That's right. We're honored to have you launch this, and it's been an absolute delight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and good luck with the magazine.
Thank you.